This year began with some of the best travels of my life, photographing my way through 9 European countries, a belated Christmas visit with my nieces and nephews, and a trip to the most amazing resort in Mexico. There's not a lot of work for photographers in the winter, so it's normal for my income to take a dip. February, however, was more painful than usual. With spring on the horizon, my calendar finally began to fill up, just as my savings was running out. But then, March 9th happened. Suddenly, both my calendar and my bank account were empty. I never imagined this was possible. It's like every professional artist in the world was fired at once. Even if the economy reopens today, it will still be several weeks or months before anyone hires me to shoot their events or travels again. I simply can't afford to wait that long. And so I spend these quarantine days doing the only thing I know to do. But most of the time, I feel like I'm wandering in the dark, just hoping to catch a spark of something to impart from my mind to yours, even though we're apart. This journey of making art is not for the faint of heart. The city is quiet and empty. My days feel mundane and bleak. I'm constantly hungry, procrastinating, distracted. Yet, that's often how the creative process begins. It takes a lot of resolve and faith to keep working on projects that have zero guarantee of ever making money. And still, I'm making the most of it because I believe that I was made to make shit, and that's what artists do. It's my job to create and relate, which hopefully elevates society to a better place where you and I can meet again face to face. We've seen this before, the history pages. It was the artist who opened the door to leave the Dark Ages. Does the Renaissance ring a bell? Who even made that bell? Not a politician, a priest, a businessman, nor the police. It was an artist. That's the part of this we cannot ignore. A craftsman working his trade and crafting iron ore into something man-made, and then one day, it dinged. It wasn't a sound heard round the world, but it still resonates today. His artwork worked. He wasn't about getting credit or making $1. I bet it was just a better way for him to holler. This humble young man with a blue collar helped all mankind stand a bit taller. But let's not overlook all the other people it took to make us who we are today. There's yet another piece made of politicians and priests who believed that a bell would instill order as well. Apart from the steeple, let's consider the people in finance and trade. Without them, how's an artist to get paid? And if no one pays the artist, then who will impart to us the gift of music or the ding of a text message? I could go on about the scientists and nurses and who's filling their purses, or the parents and chefs simply doing their best, but by now I hope you see it takes all of us, you and me, doing our part. So how about we go make art?